Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of A Universal Time, where there is a lot of problems with information since this game just came out, but I am here being the man who reads off the Trello. Problem is that Trello doesn't exist. I figured out a lot of stuff on my own, so I'm going to be telling you a lot of that stuff that I know. So for starters, there are a lot of items in this game. A lot of those items being things that you can find from the chests that spawn around the map, stuff that you can buy, or stuff that you can just find. So for starters, we can go to the shop guy. Are you interested in buying something? You can buy the sands bone and the arrow. Basic stuff like that. Now, if we go up here to this mountain area, there aren't any right now, but occasionally meteorites will fall, and obviously the best ability in the game, no cap, the Omnitrix can also appear there. So that's how you get arrows and stands and, the best ability in the game, the Omnitrix. Totally, 100%, totally didn't lose in that video, no, haha. That's how you get items like those. And the chests will spawn every, 3-ish minutes around here. Sometimes way back over there. Sometimes in cheeky little areas right there. And sometimes way back over there. The chests kind of up here anywhere really, so you're just going to be running around blindly, sometimes over there, until you find one, and then you're going to crack them open. They spawn every 3 minutes from what I know of, with a little bit of a percentage, and crack those open and you'll have a chance of getting an item in them. And I'm sure you're like, hey, your information's really kind of iffy, right? Well, that's because it's actually really just to get some people who just watch a little bit to kind of get them away. Now we're actually going to get serious. So, for starters, we've got some of this stuff right here. Right here. So we've got items from quests, like the Blood of Joseph, which you use to evolve Shadow Dio into the world. The Saint Left Arm, which you get from Saint Deborah's. San Deborah's, not Saint Deborah's. Requiem Arrow, which you get from the chest. We're going to go ahead and talk about items like those. So, for starters, the stand arrow, as I said before, is a drop from the meteorites that will be dropping down from there. Speak of the devil, meteorite just dropped. Or maybe, who knows, that could be an Omnitrix. No, that's a meteorite. So basically, we'll go up there, hold the on it, harvest it, and an arrow will pop out of there. Use that arrow, you get a stand. Stands have their own blah, 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 blah chances. I'm not really going to talk about the chances of the stands in those, because, that's a whole different thing right there. But let's see. Stands attained from the arrows are of the following: Star Platinum, Killer Queen, Gold Experience, King Crimson, Shadow Dio, Crystallized, and Nuclear Star. I think so. There are a few other stands, I believe it's called Planet Shaper. That's a rare one from the stand arrow. I don't know what that's all about, but yeah. As I hold before, there is a Requiem Arrow, this bad boy that you can get from the treasure chest that have a 3% chance, every 3 minutes from appearing around the map. Those can, appear around, and if you get that, you can use it on Gold Experience, but that doesn't really work right now. Don't know what that's about, but you can get the Requiem Arrow. Recommend really just holding on to that right now, because we don't really know what's going on with that. Next up is there is going to be a mysterious hat that spawns around the hat every 2 hours with a 5% chance. You can use that to talk to Jotaro Kujo right over here next to Pucci, I believe. Yeah, this Jotaro Kujo right here. Not to be mistaken with the one over in the Coliseum. I don't know what that Jotaro Kujo does. I don't know if it's another thing for Star Platinum Requiem, or if it's its whole other thing. Hey, here's a chest. Going to pop this baby open. Boom. Requiem Arrow, just like that. So, yeah, you get the idea, right? That's how chests work. They spawn every 3 minutes, appear, whatever. Vial of Joestar's Blood, as I said, do the quests, you can get the Joestar's Blood with Shadow Dio, drink it, and you will obtain the world. Right? Pretty basic. Left arm of the Saint's Corpse, talked about that. Go to the Devil's Palm, dig around, and you have an 8% chance of getting this. Use it on Stanless, and you will get Tussac 1. If you dig around the Saint Deborah's, you also have a 4% chance of getting the Heart of the Saint's Corpse, which you can then use to get D4C if used on Standless. Speak of the devil, if you dig around the Saint Deborah's, getting a little bit, really digging out that sand, you have a 2% chance of getting the Eye of the Saint's Corpse, and if you use that on Standless, you will get the World Alternate Universe, or alternatively, if you use it on Tuss Act 3, or talk to Gyro, really. Gyro, sorry, I forgot to mispronounce it. Gyro. If you talk to Gyro Tuss Act 3, you will actually get Tuss Act 4. Tales of the Universe is a 9% chance from the treasure chest, and you can use that to talk to, I believe his name is, like, I think it's like, I don't remember what his name is. I'm gonna go and actually go up there so we can give his name, but you talk to him and he will give you a quest, which will give you like, do all this stuff, and you can pull out that great sword up there, which will give you the Dawn spec, which is basically a recolor of Diluc from Genshin Impact spec, and it's actually pretty fun. So yeah, let's see, we've got to talk to Stux. I believe that is a developer of this game. Talk to him, he'll give you a quest if you have the Tales of the Universe, and yeah, you can do that. So that's another drop. I'm just trying to give you information. That's all this video is. We're just giving you the information you want. Next up is a watch, which you will get after doing a quest from Sakia, which is basically, in order to talk to Sakia, you'll have to find a mysterious gap, which is a 5% chance to open every 10 minutes. Basically, you'll just walk in there and then you'll talk to Sakia. Everyone on the game will see you entering the gap once you do, because a little bit of red will appear everywhere. Another drop is going to be Dio's Dire, which has a 9% chance coming out of the treasure chest. After that is going to be Dio's Bone, which has a 15% chance of coming out of the chest, which you can use in the Way of Heaven quest. The Dio's Diary can be used in the World Over Heaven quest. Next up is the Bone, which you can buy from the shop or find in the Sand Devils with a 2% chance or a 9% chance in the treasure chest. Next up is the Exel, which has a 20% chance to spawn every 30 minutes or can be found inside a treasure chest with a 15% chance, which you can use on sands to obtain Excara. Doubt I'm saying that name correctly. Next up is a Dragon Ball, which has a 80% chance to be found on the floor every 30 minutes or can be found inside a treasure chest every 1% chance, which you can use after obtaining all 7, talk to Goku and summon Shenron to obtain Goku or get another wish to get other stuff, which we'll talk about later. And next up is a Cursed Orb, which is probably the rarest thing in the game, but I'm going to say this now. Right now it doesn't particularly work, so don't really use it. Just store it for now. You can use this. It has a 1% chance on treasure chest. You can use this to get Star Platinum Requiem or Star Platinum The World Requiem. No, Star Platinum Requiem or Shadow the World Requiem if used on Star Platinum The World, which is weird, but whatever. And those are all of the economic items. Next up, we'll talk about farming items, like actual items, which, as I said earlier, the meteorite, every 5 minutes a meteor will crash. You can use those to get arrows. Apparently, if a 1% chance, you'll get the meteor effect, which will give your whole screen a little purple to pink hue effect, which I don't really think you'll care about. Treasure chests, they respawn after 2 to 5 minutes in the same exact spot as before, and have, let's see, treasure chests give, oh gosh, this is a big list, let's see. They can give Stand Arrows for 50% chance, X-Soul 15% chance, Dio's Bone 15% chance, Requiem Arrows 9% chance, Bones 9% chance, Mysterious Hat 9% chance, Tales of the Universe 9% chance, Dio's Diaries 9% chance, Dragon Ball's 1% chance, and Cursed Soul is 1% chance. Very nice. The Devil's Palm is an area to go to, which we can go over to now. And hey, would you look at that? Sakia's Gap has just opened, so if you go in here, you'll find Sakia, talk to her, she'll give you a quest. It's a very simple quest to do, which will give you the Sakia spec, and it's very, very fun, actually. It doesn't have too many moves. It's based off of a girl named Sakia, don't know her last name, sorry, from the game Toe, which is a bullet hell type game. I don't know much about the game, nor do I really play it or anything like that. I've always been terrible at bullet hells, which you'll know from my Enter the Gungeon games on stream. Twitch.tv/YouTrain, blah, 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 blah. Shameless self-plug here, but, it's a very fun spec, and I do enjoy it. The only problem is obviously that I'm a guy, and I don't really, I don't have a girl's voice, okay? But let's go ahead and switch to Accelerate here. Go ahead and get over there a little bit faster. We'll go ahead and actually cut. No, we're right here. So this is the Devil's Palm. Obviously, when you're healed, you'll take some damage, but this is the Devil's Palm right here, and this is how it looks. So the Devil's Palm is a big desert area. When you enter here, you will obviously take damage, and the screen will basically be covered by, you know, this big, thick desert areas type stuff, right? So you won't be able to exactly see everywhere where you're going. Now, there is some sand debris right there, so I'll go over and dig that up whilst taking the damage. You will realistically die while you were in the, you know, Devil's Palm, because it is a dangerous place that you are going to constantly be taking the damage in. You're not going to be having a good time while you're out here. Go and dig it. Would you look at that? Got a Saint left arm. Crazy. So you can use that to get Tussact 1, and stuff like that. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here though, because we don't want to be in here for too long. Now you'll also notice our blue friend way over there in the distance. That is Johnny Joestar, which you can use for getting Tussac 2 and later on. But more importantly, Sanderbis, which I just dug up, has a 2%, spawns every 2 minutes in the Devil's Palm. Whenever nearby, you can dig it out, and the left arm that we just pulled out has an 8% chance of being dug up. Heart of the Saint's Corpse has a 4% chance of being dug up. Eye of the Saint's Corpse has a 2% chance of being dug up, and you can also dig up a Sans Bone for a 2% chance. So all those bones I got in that one stream of the first time AUT came out could have been eyes that I was looking for. Fantastic. Next farm is the Wolf's Grave farm, which we talked about earlier. You need to talk to that dev. He'll give you the quest, which you need the Tales of the Universe to get, and then you can pull out the sword, and then you'll get the spec, so nothing too much about that. The Mysterious Gap, which is Sakuya Yukari's Gap, I think it is, has a 5% chance to open every 10 minutes. We talked about that earlier. And the Alien Pod has a 30% chance to spawn every 15 minutes, and obviously find it and interact with it. You will get the best spec in the game, totally 100% not capping, the Omnitrix, which as of this recording is apparently going to be reworked. So I'm gonna have to redo that video. Joy is me. Next up on our list is the NPCs and quests. So the first NPC that we're going to be talking to is the tutorial NPC. So I'm just going to go ahead and make my way back over. You know what, actually? Now that I'm back over here, we're going to go ahead and walk over here to the tutorial NPC. We're going to go and talk to him, and he'll say, "Greetings, Chief Trainer. What can I help you with today? Where can I go?" There's many places to explore. The places you visit depend on your goals. You can try and find treasure chests around the map. They spawn often and include upon interacting with them. 3.5k U coins. You can earn 2 or 1 items from it. If you're lucky enough, you could try and get something very dark. Cursed Orb. There's also the Devil's Palm. You can obtain Saint's left arm and heart, and finally the eyes. There's also a mysterious bone that can be found there too. Okay, thanks. So we'll give you some tips on how to play the game. Where can I use my ability? How can I use my ability? Well, let's see. Most abilities have a couple of keybinds for attacks. You can block by holding X, but you can't block forever. Some abilities allow you to attack. When you can't, they aren't summoned. So make sure to check your keys whenever you get something new, and also dash while blocking. Most, if not all, abilities, stand specs, has dashes as the C button. There's also certain moves that you can use, but only when you're low health. So there are some secret abilities. I don't know why it says C button when the C button is dash, but whatever. Where do I start? Oh, right, well, if you're going to want to start, you should wait for a meteorite to fall. You usually find them around the map every 1 minute with a 60% chance. Click on them and you'll get a couple of arrows. Can be purchased from the shop nearby near the soccer field. If you use them as a regular human like me, you can get an ability. If you're unhappy with your ability, go talk to my friend Enrico behind me. He can help you with that. So, similar to A Bizarre World, instead of using Rokas, they're just using Enrico because White Snake can steal abilities. What's my ability? Oh, that's the Omnitrix. Maybe you could trade it for something else or save it in your sandstorms. That's okay too. Well, obviously I'm not going to get rid of this. This is the best ability in the game, but that's what he does, so yeah. Next up is Enrico Pucci, who we can just talk to behind us, but we're just really going to speed through this instead of talking to every NPC. Enrico Pucci, talk to him, he can get rid of your stand, or if you talk to him with White Snake, Sea Moon, or the World, he'll give you a quest to evolve them. If you talk to White Snake, you'll get this quest. If you talk with him with Sea Moon, you'll get this quest. And if you talk with him the World, you'll get this quest, right? Pretty simple stuff. And with those quests, you'll evolve them into their further forms. White Snake to Sea Moon to Maiden Heaven, the World into the World over Heaven, right? Basic stuff like that. Next up on the list is going to be Nub, the Stand Sword. This guy's pretty simple. Now, obviously, I'm not going to talk to him because I don't want you guys seeing what I have or what I own, because that would ruin what I have planned, and you're not allowed to watch that. The next NPC on our list is going to be the shop NPC, who we've actually already talked to, so you already know everything about him. He sells that bone for that absurd price, or those arrows for that very reasonable price. The next NPC that we're going to talk to, who we actually won't be able to find, is him. He has a 69% chance to spawn every 10 minutes, who if you talk to with Shadow the World, who has a whatever percent chance of being obtained with the arrow, will give you a quest with Shadow the World, which will give you the Blood of Joseph, which you can use to advance into the world normally. Cool? Cool. And then the next NPC after that is Dio, who also won't be spawned. Dio is a boss that spawns in the middle of the forest, and if you kill him, you will get, like, apparently some drops, but it doesn't really say any drops. My friend said he got something from him. I don't know if you can believe it, because honestly the information I have doesn't say anything about it, and I haven't got anything, so I'd say don't believe it. So yeah. Next NPC is going to be Dio NPC, and he says you can begin your training to get strong, in which he'll give you a quest to get the stand Nocturnus. And yeah, I don't really care for the Nocturnus stand, so I didn't get the quest, but he will talk to him way up there near the Wolf's Gravestone. He'll be up there. You talk to him, get the quest, finish the quest, and you'll get that stand. It is highly recommended you don't save the 1v1 part of the quest for last, so don't do that. The next NPC after that is going to be Jotaro Kujo. We already talked about him a little bit. He's right here. He'll give you the quest 4-star platinum in the world if you have the mysterious hat, and it's a pretty simple quest, you know. But yeah, talk to him, blah blah blah, do the quest, boom, star platinum into star platinum part 3, and then now there's the next quest after this is going to be Jotaro Kujo, parentheses black, even though it's really just Jotaro Kujo back over here in the Coliseum. This Jotaro Kujo, I don't particularly know what's going on with this Jotaro Kujo. He's just really vibing over here, and yeah, he's just menacingly sitting back here. I don't really know anything what's about this. Apparently he helps you with the soul quest after you've done the Jotaro Kujo part 6 quest, but I don't know, because even if I talk to him with Star Platinum part 4, he doesn't really respond to me. So yeah, I would show you my quest tab, but again, don't want to show you what I have in store or what's a work in progress right now, so I'm not going to do that. Very unfortunate, but regardless, I'm telling you all the information that you want, so that's what's happening here. We talked about him earlier, but Johnny Joestar will spawn in the double spawn with a 45% chance every 90 minutes, which I don't really think is true because this server hasn't been alive for 90 minutes, has it? No, it's only been alive for 18. He's already spawned. But that's the information on Trello, so that's the one you're going to believe. If you have Tuss Act 1 and you find him, you talk to him, he will give you a quest, which you can then use to get Tuss Act 2, and that's all Johnny's really useful for. The next NPC after that is an NPC we will no longer be able to find ever. I actually will never ever be able to find this NPC ever for the longest time. I have no longer access to this NPC. The Saint has a 3% chance to manifest himself to you when utilizing Dark Determination and having Tuss Act 2. I can't get this guy anymore. Next up after that is Gyro, I can't pronounce his name. Gyro Zeppeli, which you can only realistically talk to. He will give you, he'll ask you to bring him the eye with Tuss Act 3, and if you do, he'll give you Tuss Act 4. That's all he's useful for. Next up after that is Funny Valentine, where if you bring him the eye and have Standless, he will give you the World Alternate Universe. That's all he's useful for. Next up after that is Gojo. If you talk to him with $100,000, he will give you a quest. Or no, it says $57,000, but from my experience, it's $100,000. But if you talk to him with $57,000, he will give you a quest for unlocking the Gojo ability. Next NPC after that is Stux, which we talked about earlier. You give him the Tales of the Universe, he'll give you a quest to get Wolf's Gravestone. Next up after that, I've already talked about you, Sakia. You go to the little void thing, talk to her, she'll give you a quest to get her spec. Next up after that is Goku, the NPC. We talked a little bit about you. Find 7 Dragon Balls, talk to him. He will be way up right there. You can barely see him underneath that tree. Talk to him, he'll not actually give you a quest. He will give you a quest apparently. He'll give you a quest and you'll get Goku spec, even though I thought he was going to grant you a wish. I don't know, maybe it's been updated and the trailer's not updated yet, but next up after that is a shadow figure who you will find in the Devil's Palm. Talk to him and he will give you a quest for Gaster, and after you finish that quest and talk to him with Standless, he will give you Gaster. And the last NPC after that is going to be Bon, who is just a useless joke NPC who asks you if you fart and you say I forgot or ... and yeah, he's pretty useless, but that is all the information that I currently know. So, I really hope this helps you all, because I am the man of information, and I really hope that I really genuinely hope this helped you all. And yeah, as always, I hope you all like the game. Favorite the game, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, I will see you all in the next video.